Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals of YouTube, TWK here, and welcome to my stream of conscious style video on the arenas of SmackDown vs. Raw 2010! Oh boy, I was going to do 09, but unfortunately, my Xbox no longer wants to read that game, so we're doing 2010 instead, and just look at this cover. Doesn't this take you back quite a number of years? On the cover here, we got John Cena, who's retiring this year. We got Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, we got Egg, and we got Undertaker, aka Bow! Those who listen to the Attitude Era podcast, you know. Oh, you know, as well as all of his questionable t-shirt choices. But we're not going to get into that here. We're just going to talk about the good old arenas of this here video game. First off, I really dig the arena menu. Super clean and very organized. It will not take long for anyone to locate their favorite venue. When it comes to the designs of the arenas, we of course have our three televised ones: Raw on Mondays, ECW on Tuesdays, and SmackDown on Fridays. All three use what's come to be known as the Universal Stage, and while it is a bummer that they're all the same, the lighting, the movies, and rings are all different, which meets my bare minimum requirements for unique locations. It may not be much, but it's something, and you know what? I'll take something at this point. Next, we have 12 pay-per-view arenas, and you know what? They're all unique. Every solitary single one of them. I literally went through and played entrances for all of them, and not one is exactly the same as the Universal Stage, which even surprised me. I was 100% expecting at least one of the B-level shows like Backlash or, I don't know, Survivor Series to look generic, but the closest we got is Unforgiven, and even that one isn't exactly the same. And shout out to the Cyber Sunday stage. I know these pay-per-views were never the best, but goodness me, the design has always fucked and fucked hard. One thing I also noticed while recording footage is that the only arena with white ropes is ECW, and even then I'm almost certain they're actually more silverish than anything. Each pay-per-view uses either red or blue ropes. Those who know me are aware that I personally prefer black ropes for those type of events. However, as long as the ropes have some color to them, I'll take what I can get. Explanation time! For me, black ropes look like the ring's all dressed up like it's about to go to some sort of 5-star restaurant, whereas when it just has white ropes, it looks like it's about to go dumpster diving, if that makes any sense at all. Layman's terms, black ropes look fancy as fuck. And because what happens on television affects the games, that means worthwhile stage and ring production equals fun-looking venues to has fights in. Fully aware that I'm in the minority of caring about such frivolities, but at the same time, wrestling is 50% aesthetics, and a boring and dull one makes T-Dub a something. This would be the part of the video where a cameo would say, crazy, and I would go full Homer Simpson and go, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. I'm not popular enough, so this is what you get. Still not anywhere near as disappointing as the end of the Nexus storyline. My goodness gracious, did they ruin that group. I'll say that the one thing holding back the venues in SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 is the lack of any special ones. You know, like Tribute to the Troops or the WCW or Classic ECW. You know, just something. In fact, outside of the first SmackDown vs. Raw, this is the only game with the branding to feature this few of arena choices. Even SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 gave us arenas like Saturday Night's Main Events and ECW One Night Stand, whereas SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 just gave us the bare minimum. And goodness gracious me, this video got really negative really quickly. I don't want to beat it up too much, but when you eat a delicious steak, a mediocre meatloaf just doesn't hit the same. The arenas are all well constructed. Every now and again, the annual release will bite you in the ass, and this game got bit hard. Even SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 got more arenas, but that's enough rambling for one video. Hope you all enjoyed my thoughts on the arenas in WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. And if you'd like to see me cover arenas and more video games, please let me know in the comments section down below. Also remember to give this video a good old honkin' likes. Yeah, give me all the likes, all the thumbs up, all of those good things that all the YouTubers say you should do. Helps the algorithm and all that. Anyways, as for what's next, well, there is a certain pirate game coming out soon, so I think I should cover a video game in that franchise before that one comes out. No idea if I'm actually going to review that one once it arrives. Probably not. As reviewing new games, I'm usually not too good at that, if I'm being honest with you. I'm much better at reviewing games I've already played through, including this one. That's right. For the first time in a while, I am going to review a full-length video game. And this one definitely has the fan base divided. Then again, I guess you could say that about almost every game in this series. So I'll see you for that, and I hope you all have a perfect rest of your day.